My boyfriend makes me feel unloved and undesired. Seeking advice on what to do next. This is incredibly lengthy, and I apologize. I've thought about posting on here asking for advice for a while, and I finally feel like I need this. I don't know what to do anymore, and I just need some advice from an objective perspective. So what's going on is my boyfriend, Luke, and I have been dating a little over 2 years now. We met at the same workplace a couple years ago, and originally intended to have a FWB relationship, but we ended up falling for each other and dating. In the last 2 years, my love for Luke has only grown. However, I'm seeking out advice on what to do now. I don't know if these issues are fixable, or if we're just too incompatible and I should cut my losses and move on. Although the idea of that to me is absolutely heartbreaking. I love Luke with all my heart, but I've been told that sometimes I can be too nice, or too generous, or too forgiving, and I don't know if this is the case. I'm an incredibly affectionate person. I love cuddling, kissing, hugging, holding hands. Literally, any physical affection makes me happy. Luke is the complete opposite. He's very unaffectionate, and I often feel him slightly pulling away whenever we're kissing or cuddling. When he comes over, or before he leaves, and I go to give him a kiss, if I don't wrap my arms around his neck, it's a quick peck. If I do happen to hug him while we kiss, I can always feel him tense up if it's longer than 1 second, and then he'll start to really subtly push me away, as if he doesn't even realize he's doing it. In terms of sex and intimacy, he's only ever super affectionate when he wants sex. When he's HRNY, it's all massages, cuddles, kisses, and I absolutely love it. Every now and then if he wants to have sex and I'm not exactly in the mood, and he starts being all affectionate like this, I always end up caving and having sex because I appreciated the seduction foreplay so much. I don't want him to feel rejected and stop it. The sex itself is always amazing. We do all the standard stuff, usually pretty rough, but that's about it. I ask him what fantasies he has, what he would want to do to spice things up. I've even tried taking initiative, buying SXY outfits, fun toys, etc., and he's always willing to try new stuff, but he never really shows any enthusiasm about it, and doesn't really bring it up ever again afterwards, which gives me the impression that he's indifferent to it. I've tried to talk to him many times about the affection issue because I full out crave it so badly from him, and it's like I only get it when he feels like giving it. He tells me he'll try to be more affectionate, does good by his word for a week or two, and then hits back to the same old SHD. I understand some people aren't naturally affectionate, but I just always feel unsatisfied with the effort, or lack thereof, that goes into his affection for me. I've told him how much affection means to me, how it reassures me that he loves me and cares for me, and finds me desirable, and he'll put in an effort for about a week, and then it's back to square one again. On top of this, I never get sex if he's not in the mood. There are so many times when I haven't been in the mood for sex, and he starts his nuzzling and affection, and it's not like he does anything against my will, and I know if I flat out said no he would completely respect that, but I usually just have sex with him because for one, I know how much rejection hurts, and I feel bad rejecting him. Even though he rejects me, I'm dumb, I know. And secondly, because I just crave any affection from him. He refuses to take any initiative when it comes to social stuff/entertainment. Any dates, dinners, movies, etc. are always planned by me. I ask him what he wants to do. His reply is always, whatever you want to do, BB. I used to ask him to plan something for a change, but gave up because he'd always use the excuse of ISCK at planning things, so I gave up asking him. I've spoken to him about this as well, and I explain how it's romantic to me and shows he cares, and again, shapes up for a week, and then it's back to same old Luke from before. I'm still in school, and will be returning for my final year in the fall. Starting September of 2013, I started bringing up the idea of going on a trip together during my holiday break. At first he said to me, "It's really hectic at work right now. Let's wait and see how things are closer to the winter." October was too busy to discuss. November was too busy to discuss. And of course December comes around and by then it's too late to plan anything. I was really upset and we got into a big fight about it where I told him that I had asked so many times about it. He kept putting it off and we lost our chances. He said he was sorry, that he felt bad, and promised we'd go on a trip somewhere during my summer vacation when things hopefully died down at work. So of course summer comes along. May was too busy to discuss. June was too busy to discuss, and of course July was looking to be too busy to discuss. I got fed up around mid-July with it, and we got into another argument about it, and suddenly his excuse changed to, well, I don't have enough money. What? You mean to tell me the last 9 months at work were too busy to discuss a vacation, and yet there's no money to actually take a vacation? He's currently paying off student loans and stuff, but I mean, I have my own bills to pay, and I'm still capable of saving up a few $100s. For example, if we just went up north and rented a cottage or something for a few days, for a vacation. I ended up going somewhere with a girlfriend instead, and we had a great time, but I still kept wishing to go on some adventure with Luke. We have never actually done anything fun and exciting. When we see each other, it's usually after work, where he gets to my place by 8/8:30 p.m. We watch TV, eat dinner, he falls asleep, and then leaves around 11. We both still live at home, so out of respect to our parents we don't sleep over at each other's houses, but whenever my mom goes out of town, she goes on business trips at least once every other month for a weekend. It's like pulling teeth to get him to sleep over. He hates sleeping here, and it always results in me begging him to stay. When I ask why he doesn't want to sleep over, the excuse for this one is, I just prefer to be in my own bed. I find this excuse the most hurtful of them all. As if I'm not important enough to him to sacrifice 1 or 2 nights of a decent sleep in order to sleep next to me in my bed. It's not like we're sleeping on rocks. My bed is comfortable. I just don't understand why he doesn't want to do couple-y things. He never wants to come hang out with my family. My parents both like him, and he's very sweet and polite when he's around them. But if I say something like, Luke, do you want to come to my dad's for a barbecue next weekend? 9 times out of 10 he'll say no, his excuse being, I feel awkward around your family. My family has never been anything but sweet to him. Neither of my parents have ever said anything to embarrass him, single him out, or make him feel unwelcomed, so I don't know where this comes from. The other night I asked him if he'd come meet my extended family on my father's side for Rosh Hashanah dinner in mid-September, and he said no cause he's socially awkward. He's not Jewish, but that has never been an issue for my family, or his that I'm not Catholic. He's come to Jewish holiday dinner and stuff at my own house, and my family is not religious in the least. We just do the high holidays out of tradition, mainly because my mom makes incredible food during these Jewish holidays, but I digress. Now, even for all his bad, I still love him. I don't know why. It took me a while to type all those things above, because I had to stop and cry a few times. Summarizing it all and opening myself up to criticism, especially seeing what people normally say about these kinds of relationships, has been extremely overwhelming, and I'm currently in tears. I love Luke for many other reasons. He's a very honest, good-hearted guy. He's an extremely hard worker, with very high ambitions. He's a total mama's boy, but he grew up without a father, and so has infinite respect for his mom, and women in general, and works his R's off to help her out with bills and stuff. We have a similar sense of humor, and a lot of similar interests. I know he cares about me and loves me in his own way, but I can't deal with his own way anymore. I guess I keep holding on to the hope that one day he'll wake up and realize, wow, I've been such an idiot. What a do 3478 has been nothing but a good girlfriend, and I've been treating her like SHD, and go back to the way he was when we first met. He used to be affectionate, used to take initiative, plan fun stuff, be enthusiastic about our relationship. I keep hoping he'll go back to that person one day, but I'm starting to fear that this is the person he truly is, and ever will be. That depresses me immensely because I love him so much. I've spoken to him many times about all these issues, and like I said, he shapes up for a week or two, and then goes back to the way he was. Last year we broke up for about a month because of it, and I don't know why, but I took him back. I just couldn't be without him. I missed him so much. When we got back together, we had a big talk and I outlined everything that I thought needed improvement in the relationship. I then gave him a chance to bring up any improvements he wanted to see on my part, and he said no, that I was a great girlfriend already, he was the JRK, etc. A few months later, he didn't exactly revert back to the completely old Luke, but a bunch of these habits and excuses came back. If not fully, then in a more mild form. I could see him putting in more effort for certain things, and trying hard with it, yet here we are. To be completely honest, at this point, I feel like if I were to end things right now, he wouldn't even care. He wouldn't even shed a tear, or try to win me back, or even speak to me. When we last broke up I asked him if he missed me, or if he cared, and he said, yes of course, but said absolutely nothing else to make me believe that. Again, I apologize for the length of this post, and if you're still reading, I really do appreciate it. I guess I'm looking for any and all advice. I want to work things out with him, but I don't know what to do or say anymore to make it stick in his head that his improvements need to be constant and consistent. I know he loves me in his own way. At least I hope he does. Anyone who's been in a similar situation, anyone who can offer advice, ways to discuss things with him, even if it involves mentioning breaking up, I would really appreciate anyone's advice on this matter. Thank you.